Hello, this is Most Jacobs, and I'm speaking to two people in very different locations. One is Gaël Manirampa, and he happens to be, where are you at the moment? Gaël, where are you living?
Was at the moment I'm in China, in East part, Shandong province.
Oh, wow. I thought you were in Shanghai. No.
No, I'm in Shandong, is in East, but
Okay.
I've been in Shanghai. Yeah.
Okay. And the other person is James O'Flynn. Well, there's actually two James O'Flynns here, but one is real and the other is just a name on the screen. James, can you say hi and can you tell me where you
Hi,
are?
how are you? How are things? I'm here in Greenmount in Cork City, a
Okay.
mile from where I grew up.
Okay. And I'm also in Ireland. So two from Ireland, one from China, but you're not Chinese, Kyle. Could you tell me a little bit about your background and what you do? Because what you do is the reason that we're here, I think, who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you've said, my name is Gaël Manirampa. I'm from Burundi in East Africa. I'm a reggae musician. Actually, I'm in China where I was doing my studies in China. Now it's over. Yeah.
Okay. And what were you studying in China?
In China, I studied mechanical engineering.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but are you now a full-time musician and producer? Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because I think you work very late in your studio.
Yes, I'm in the studio.
Yeah. Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about how you started as a musician? What was you, because reggae is more like Jamaica, or is it very, very popular in Africa as well?
Well, reggae is Jamaican music mixed with African music, old music.
Mhm.
Yeah. I started music professionally, I'd say maybe in 2015. But before, from early age, I used to be close to my grandfather who had some cassette tapes he used to play at home. So I was familiar with music from that age. And my parents, they decided to introduce me into a church choir. I was 9. Yeah, I started writing songs at 9, singing. Then at high school, I had my own group with friends, singing, writing songs, and they were recording at home or some home studios until I decided to make it as profession, as a life, because I love music. Yeah.
Okay.
It was in
And when you had your own group, was that reggae from the start, or was it?
No, it was not reggae from the start, because some guys, they didn't like reggae. They had other style, but the message was reggae. We always made sure we are writing about positive message.
Okay.
I got reggae from my mother. Yeah. She's the one who introduced reggae music to me.
Okay.
With some Bob Marley music.
Okay, we'll come
Yeah.
back to that in a minute. When you grew up, did you grow up in a city or did you grow up in a rural area?
I'm from the city, Bujumbura.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it struck me that, there was no live music where you were, because you say it was cassette tapes that introduced you to music, but not live music.
Live music was around, but at church. At home, we didn't have a guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was also no community music, like people playing in sessions.
There were some live music, but not close to my home.
Okay.
Where I was born, it's called Kamenge. At Kamenge, there were that music, live music, but I grew up very far because of the war. Yeah.
When you were growing up, the Burundi was that was wartime. What year are you born?
I was born in 1993, and the war started at the same year. I was just 10 months old.
And can you remember?
I just have few memories because of pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And but how long? How old were you when it stopped?
It stopped when I was 12.
Okay. Wow, that was
Yeah,
a long time. Okay.
yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about how you and James met? Because James is also a musician and singer, and you met.
How
No.
we met is very funny.
What?
Yeah, it's very funny. It was on Bob Marley page on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe one of us commented on a post of Bob Marley and we started talking on the comment.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
he sent me his friend request. I accepted and we started the conversation. It was in 2012.
Okay. Wow, that's a
Yeah.
long time ago. That's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's funny. And can you remember what kind of information did you exchange in your conversation? What did you tell each other about Bob Marley? Was it
He talked to me about Bob Marley and he explained the way Bob Marley music helped him in his life,
okay?
what he's been through. And me too, I told him what I learned from Bob Marley music because I come from a country where we speak French than English. I learned English from Bob Marley music.
Okay,
But
because yeah, as you just told me that Burundi is a former Belgian colony.
yes,
So French was sort of the lingua
yeah,
franca. That was because there might be more languages in Burundi, and
yeah,
everyone speaks French together when they don't know each other's languages. Is that the situation?
not that much. In Burundi, we have our mother language, which is called Kirundi,
Okay.
and Swahili from East Africa.
Okay.
So you can add the French, or now they speak English. Yeah, they are speaking English now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And James, can you tell me how you came across Bob Marley? You didn't grow up with Bob Marley?
I came across Bob Marley with my brother giving out to me. He was saying, keep it down, I'm watching this. And it was actually on television, Bob Marley's funeral in 1981.
Okay.
And he was showing the funeral on the television. And my brother was into Bob Marley. And I was just young and I got into listening to Bob Marley. And I remember my first present, I was in a school and it was like, misfits or whatever. And my brother's birthday was coming up and I saved money and I bought him the Legend, Bob Marley, the Legend for his birthday on tape. And I gave that to my brother. He introduced me to reggae and Bob Marley. And
Okay.
he said, and then like Bob Marley, I had posters on all my walls of Bob Marley.
Wow.
I had Jamaican flags on my roof, freedom flags on my roof. I'd Rasta t-shirts and like that. I was only about 12, 13. So
And where
I
and that was where were you living?
I was living in my mother's house in Torquay
In
and like
Cork.
that in my own room. But as I said, I was in a place and we would get €30 or 30 old pound, Irish pound a week. And I have to give 15 of that to my mother. And my other 15, if I had it without Dawkins, I'd go into a place called Queen's Old Castle and I'd buy a reggae tape, Bob Marley tape, or I'd buy a flag, or I'd buy a poster. And eventually my room was full of them. And I remember being at home looking at Bob Marley posters and then begging him, will he do something for me? He was like a god to me. And I was saying,
Okay.
will you do something for me, Bob?
What would you ask him to do?
Just to straighten out my head. My head was all over the place.
Okay.
I grew up. It was like a corporation estate. It was council estate,
Yeah.
and I hung around. We'd all listen to Bob. We were all into Bob Marley. All the young fellas I hung around with, and it was either that or Irish rebel tunes. But we'd go over to come up to the house. We'd have our decks and we'd have our Bob Marley And then what we used to smoke was called a bit of Bob Marley as well. Do you know, it's a bit of hashish and
Okay.
like that. With the Bob Marley music, you know, really fit the sense that I was actually not drifting away or going to Bob Marley. He just appealed to me all my life. All my life, I'm listening to Bob Marley, and up to now, I got 2 albums there now, just down the brain today of Bob Marley, and I will start my collection now of my Bob Marley vinyl records.
Okay. Wow. And Gaël, can you tell me? I mean, did you see Bob in the same way? Did you have a kind of inner conversations with him, or was it different?
I think for me it was different. In my country, when it's May 11, the day we remember Bob Marley, it's very strange. Everyone is playing Bob Marley music. Everywhere you go, you hear Bob Marley. I think it started from there. My mother was, this man is Bob Marley. I didn't know he passed away because his music was everywhere.
Okay.
As it is today. And I remember it was No Woman, No Cry.
Okay.
And No Woman, No Cry, that was the first song of Bob Marley I heard. And I really loved it. My mother was explaining to me the meaning of No Woman, No Cry. Then it grew up. I started being more interested into Bob Marley. Yeah, and reggae music, Africa Unite, all these freedom songs he was singing. Yeah, and I said, yeah, I want to be like this man.
Okay.
I want to grab a guitar and play and sing like him, sing music of love and unity.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and as a kid coming from a war area where I was born, it was a war zone. I really realized we need music to preach about peace. Yeah, that was the mission.
Okay, and that is
Yeah.
in a way, is that still your mission?
Yeah, still my mission.
Yeah, because you're about to release, and will have released soon, your new album. Did you have lots of other albums before that? Have you released? I mean, and if we say release, are we talking about Spotify? Are we talking about physical CDs or?
Well, I have previous records released, but they are on digital platforms.
Okay.
Last year, I released an album titled Motherland, which was dedicated to where I'm coming from. Yeah. And this year, I'm releasing another album, Uplift, which will come out this next week on the 22nd of this month. It will be on Friday. And
Yeah.
the album will be available on Spotify, iTunes, yeah, all major digital platforms. And here in China, some physical copies will be available for close people.
Okay, and is reggae popular in China as well?
No, reggae is not popular in China.
What is popular?
Yeah.
China. What is popular in China?
Popular music in China, it's Chinese music.
Okay.
They really play their music more than they play outside music.
Yeah. And can you tell me a little bit about, for example, the title song Uplift? I mean, I can imagine it's meant to uplift, but can you tell me a little bit more about, how you write songs, for example?
But I decided to make Uplift album last year after the release of Motherland.
Okay.
It was like 1 week after the release. I was playing my guitar and I said, well, these previous records, they were like, I used drum machine in production. It was not live. And I said, I must grow. I must try something. Since I love live music, I must do this. I must use acoustic drums, guitars, everything live. Yeah. So I must uplift myself in music. That's how Uplift title came.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah, the album is Uplift. It has 10 songs. And in those songs, there's a variety of topics. I sang about love, life, you know, what's going on around the world. Yeah. And
Okay.
some spirit music, spiritual music, Rasta.
Okay. Because if you would have would say in a couple of words, and I'll ask James the same question, what is the biggest appeal of the music itself, of the, you know, the instruments, or the way the melodies, or what do you like the most about reggae?
About
Like the
reggae.
Yeah.
Me, I love.
Not Zoom, you can't talk at the same time. Go on.
Yeah. James can start.
Okay, James can start.
I was just going to say I love good lyrics, you know, that like the way the music and the lyrics would mix. I like the three beats to the bar, and like, you know, the message that the reggae gives out is always a positive vibe. It's always a caring, loving vibe. There's rarely violence in it, as in rap music where violence would be used. In Bob Marley or in Peter Tosh would sing songs. And like, I listen to Peter Tosh, I listen to a lot of reggae artists, but Bob Marley was the one that I'd have the headphones in, walking around all day, you know, and my Walkman, and I listen to Bob Marley. I get a tape and I turn it over, looking for batteries, and the message he gives out, like, you know, that, like, you know, it's the simple things in life that matters. Like Bob Marley in an interview said, like, you know, you want, how much money are you worth? He said, money, what you mean money, like, you know? What you mean money? It's material things. You think material things are worth stuff? And Bob was really getting across to say, in my mind, to say, like, you know, who are you asking a question to about money? Or who, you know, I'm just a singer. I'm someone who gets a message out there about a way of life, about the slave ships back in 800 years ago. The Survival album, I love the Survival album, Uprising, Kaya, you know, all these albums, they all had meaning. And like that, we in Ireland here have a struggle as well for freedom. And we've like these wolf tones and things like that. We've bands here that would sing about Northern Ireland and how over the years we've been suppressed and kept down. And like, that's the same as Africa. It's the same as the Jamaicans. We were slaves for a long time to England, and like that, it's like Bob Marley's music is like about another country, about another place, like my country, with a different beat, a different rhythm, but the meaning is the same: freedom, you know. Get the freedom, get the people to unite and get everything together and live in a peaceful and work with the environment and have around you good people, you know, who know you, and not to be unable to stop people from coming in and taking over, like, you know, your country, your territory. Like Africa means an awful lot to me because, as I say, I listen to the Survival album, but I wouldn't just play Bob Marley. I play Bob Marley over and over and over and over again, all the time, constantly listening and listening. And it's sunk in here, you know. It's like, you know, how would I put it? It's just, I used to be in places of like detention, and I'd sing Bob Marley. And I go out the window and I sing, and you know that song, I do know that song, and we all sing together. So it united us as,
Even though you couldn't see each other, you sang through the walls.
Yeah, it united us as prisoners. You know, Bob Marley got us in the unit that, like, people from all around the country, and they all listen to Bob. We, like, you know, like, I might know Pimper's Paradise, or I might know she's gone, she's gone. You know, and I be singing them to myself, and people would be listening, and I'd be so long singing to them solitary. I come out into the yard, and I'm still singing to myself, and they all think I'm talking to myself. But yeah, Bob Marley, I'll never, like, even if I'm a cabbage and they make me into a cabbage, I still have Bob Marley in my head because I drilled them in and then over the years.
So in a way, he got you through solitary confinement in prison.
Yeah, it was like something that we all linked, like in Ireland here, we all went listen to, but in Ireland, all the major people, all the major people that I would have met or known or grew up with, everyone listened to reggae. Reggae is big in Ireland. And what I'm trying to do, and what I was trying to say to Gaël, is if we could start United Artists, as in, you know, singers who are just starting off, and like bring them up on stage, and like get them onto a stage, a big stage, even if they're just very small, to give them that boost, and possibly, you know, bring like a Woodstock here in Ireland in a reggae sense, that we might have a carnival of reggae music, which we'd never had.
Okay, that sounds
in
like a
England,
good
they have
idea.
you know,
Yeah, let's make it happen. Why not?
that appeals to me.
It's a good
Yeah.
idea. What about you, Gaël? What if you, as a musician and producer from the music side, what would you say is the most appealing about reggae? What do you like most about it?
I don't have a specific I don't have a specific thing I like. It depends on the mood, the vibe. Yeah, but about reggae music, I just love the freedom it brings itself. Yeah.
I personally really like the bass. You know, I like the fact that there's that it's such a clear beat. It's always clear. You can always dance to it, and you can always also play every sort of things with it because it's open and steady.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The bass and the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
And okay, James, you play reggae as part of your set at the moment. You've just played a few sets as part of the West Cork Feel Good Festival, but there is also now in a film another connection with Bob Marley. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I got the shock of my life. I was going down to watch a documentary being brought out to me. I was doing a gig and I was on a panel, and I was going to watch the documentary. They had it in the bar, and I made sure I got my mother and my niece in and my friends in to watch it because there was a lot of people there. And Celia Marley introduced it. I can't get the name perfect now, but from the Melody Makers, Selenia, I'm not sure, but she introduced the video, and Christ, it struck me and went boom, hit my head, hit my heart, and the tears were just, the pride was just coming out, because it's Bob Marley's daughter that's introduced in the documentary. And like I as I said, like I've been looking at my walls as a child at 12, 13 years of age, praying to Bob Marley like he was my God. You know, and that's what he was like to me, was my God. I said, please get me out of here and do this. And I'd always think, like, that man is dead. He knows there's so many people in the world, you know, that come across Bob Marley. He's not going to be thinking of you, James. He's not going to be in your head. He's not going to be able to help you. And all of a sudden his daughter appears, and it's a documentary being launched on me, on my struggles and my the trauma I've been through with the homelessness and prison and hospital over the years. And it's all down to music and the love of reggae music. Reggae done that for me, and Bob Marley was number one place all the time. And Gaël would tell you, who's my favourite artist, Gaël? He'd tell you Bob Marley. Me and Gaël could be up on WhatsApp and be typing away for 2 hours at some stages. And I remember being in my house here, And I was typing to Gail, and I said it to him. I said, "Did you see the picture of the countryman? I just watched it." And Gail asked me to send a link to him. I don't know if he remembers that. The countryman
Remember.
was brought out in 1982, and there were all Bob Marley songs in it. Bob Marley died in 1981, and they had a film out in 1982 with that. That's power, like. That is power.
There's sure
That's
is
power.
power. Do you know
Power.
how they contacted Bob Marley's daughter? I mean, how did that happen?
I don't have it. Mose, I didn't even expect it.
No, I know.
wasn't-
It was a
I
surprise,
was
wasn't it?
shocked. The tears were coming out of me. I was running out since Bob Marley's daughter's launching my album, launching my
That's great.
documentary.
That's great.
It amazed me.
Yeah.
So, I know I had a story, and I have a story still to go out, and I have things that I have to have done in my life. I have a son, and he's 9. And when I asked him about Bob Marley, he was the same as me when I was young. And my first song was Buffalo Soldier. He was singing Buffalo Soldier at 9, 8, he's 9 next year. But that's the one he loved, was the Buffalo Soldier. And he wants to be in the army and everything. But Buffalo Soldier was the song he's singing to me.
Yeah.
And I put on other songs from then, Bob Marley, and like introducing him. But that was his song, Buffalo Soldier, and that was the song that I would have sung.
You have an album yourself. You have
I
an
do.
album, yeah. And
have
are you thinking of making your another album with reggae songs eventually?
We're trying to produce an album. We're going back, and John Carney in the band with the Clad Rogues. Kevin put us down to produce the next Clad Rogues album. There we were closing in for a bit, and lacking off the touring and that, and like that. I don't think John really 100% is a big reggae fan, but he does a lovely riff and a lovely playing the guitar and redemption songs when I sing it. John always loves that. But if I can get him into reggae, if I can get the band into a reggae band, I'd be happy.
You slowly.
After going back to the hotel after the gig in Levi's, the Bag the Hob, I turned around and I had a song going around in my head, you know. Peter was a rebel and Bob was a whaler. Peter was a whaler, Bob was a rebel, and so was Bonnie too. You know, it was just going around about the whalers. I was trying to write a song about the whalers, trying to record it. Has to be written down. I have to write it down. I write down my songs, and when I write them down, I give them to Kevin, and basically that about my struggle in life, my struggle that I had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kicking the wall and things like that. But Kevin always gives the feel of a reggae beat, because Kevin knows that I like to be a reggae artist.
Yeah.
I don't have dreadlocks.
You don't have dreadlocks. No, you need to grow them. You need to
I
save
can't
a bit
grow
of
my hair
hair.
because my hair, I've gone bald on top, you see, like the father and like the brother, we're all gone bald on top. So
But you see, James, I think, I don't know if you, I mean, I think everyone makes their own mix of reggae in a way. You know, maybe you mix it with your African background, and he mixes it with his Irish folk background, and you know, I think that keeps music alive as well. It's not a copy. It's not like, oh, you're going to do exactly as Bob Marley is. You're going to give it your own life. So are you at all, Gaël, are you at all influenced by China? I mean, how do you interact with China, or you don't? Or are you, you know, if you musically, do you have any, or personally, do you have any interaction with China?
Musically, I don't have. Yeah, I'm more connected to Jamaican, African music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in
but
your
I
own...
listen to some. I listen to their music, and sometimes I try to learn how to play the Chinese instrument.
Okay. Okay, because what instruments do you play?
I play guitar, piano, drums, bass, and
Oh, that's
ikembe,
impressive.
Burundian instrument.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the Burundian instrument?
The little instrument I play from Burundi is called ikembe. It's
Do you
like
have
marimba. It's like
like
marimba.
marimba? Okay. Do you have it there with you, or is it? I mean, can you just sort of play it a little bit or not?
I don't have it right now here. Yeah,
Just thought of it. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And what are your dreams for the future?
My dream musically, I want to see my music help a lot of people, especially the message inside within the music. I want it to help people.
Okay. To make them to uplift their feelings.
Yeah, to uplift their feelings. It's like there's a record I released, which is on this album. The song is titled What a World. And
Okay.
the song talks about my experience, my own experience. And I put it into a song. When the song was out, I received calls from different people that, yeah, thank you for this music. Thank you for the message. This is what we needed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I will stop the recording and maybe we can.
Just say something,
Yeah.
please, Moz.
Yeah, of course.
Gaël actually master mixed, produced, remastered 4 songs belong to me.
Okay. Wow.
That I sent to Gaël. So Gaël and myself have been rocking, using music together. They came when I was in Talk of Music project.
Okay.
I tried to fit in. We got the reggae beat in them, and there was 3 of us students in the projects, and I was on to Gaël, so I sent them over to Gaël on tracks, and Gaël makes mixes of them, and like we're trying to get an EP out in them
wow.
songs.
That's great.
So we still have them songs going, and I sent you the beat that
Yeah.
I sent you was the beat that Gaël sent to me,
Okay.
and it's Down with the Babylon.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was what they came up with. So we
So
have
that
to
is-
walk in that thing.
Yeah. And then I think you're going to do a world tour.
We're planning on doing some sort of a tour around the world to preach the word of Jah. Jah Rastafari. Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's really great. Please come to Ireland as well. Yeah, but that would be nice. Why not? The world
I will.
is oyster. Okay, is there any? I do not want to make it too long because I think if it gets too long, people won't be
Yeah.
watching forever. But do you have anything more to say that you want to share with the world or with the
Well,
people of Ireland?
it's to invite people to follow us on our social medias
Yeah.
and to listen to our music, to support us, to support James, to support Gaël.
Yeah. We can put the links in the with the text with the recording.
Yes.
Videos.
Yeah. Yes.
And we can put it on the 49 North Street
And Moz,
Facebook.
this is myself and Gail's first time in a Zoom meeting together. I've never spoken to Gail over Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So we're learning. We're communicating through tap the old-fashioned way of typing, and this has been a pleasure to see Gail and to talk to him, and for yourself, Moz, to be helping us. It's appreciated.
Well, I really enjoyed it, and I also appreciate it. It was really nice meeting you, Gail. Thank you.